it's not as bad when you do the burp, but when you smell someone's burp, it's just horrible.
It's different.
What, does his mouth smell like rotting flesh or something?
Yes. I am a zombie.
Oh.
I knew he liked something with dead bodies.
So there was one thing, last piece of weird news. I didn't know if you knew this. I didn't know this. Back in 2017, Gatorade was banned and fined $300,000 for bad-mouthing water in a video game.
Toy Story?
Gatorade.
Toy Story?
Toy Story?
I don't remember what that I don't know why I... Oh, no,
You heard-
I wasn't fully engaged. And I saw something on Facebook or whatever I was looking at and it had Toy Story on there. I was like, what?
Yeah, so I clipped that because I was like,
yeah.
what? Gatorade,
Toy
video
Story?
game, Toy Story?
Hey, man, there was a Toy Story video game I used to play. It was fun.
Yeah, back in the old days.
Yeah, on the
What?
PlayStation 1. Or was that PlayStation 2?
No, it would have been PlayStation 1 era because it was like Super Nintendo, Genesis, PlayStation 1, all those kind of competing in the same things.
On my PlayStation 2.
But at the same time, there is a picture where you two have that Buzz Lightyear pose.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm sure we
Yeah.
could find that, post
It's
it.
on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, it is on
Yeah.
Facebook.
It's about the time. That was when you were a freshman, right? Yeah, I think you were back at RCS for graduation.
I was a freshman.
Yeah, you were.
That was not my graduation.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
You were fresh meat back then.
Well, still am.
And as we learned earlier, he's not so fresh anymore.
What? I'm not.
Wait,
I'm so
he's not?
confused. I'm not fresh meat anymore.
He's before
I'm a zombie.
before the intro,
Yeah,
the
that's
zombie reference.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's okay. I was thinking that, but I was like, oh wait,
He's decaying flesh.
Oh, but by the way,
what?
I talked to Andy today. I was over at his house for a little bit,
Yeah.
and I told him about the decapitation thing. Him and Heather both just, oh, Aaron.
Oops.
And
Yeah.
they're like, he realizes that's amputate, not decapitate, right?
I did after you're like,
Yeah,
an
I told
ankle?
him
And I
that.
was like-
I was like, yeah. I'm just, yeah. So I spent some time with them today and told them that and
that's fun.
got to hear their lovely reaction. But as you can also hear, we have someone back with us as well.
Yeah. This
Someone who's back from a little cruise where some things happened, some things went down.
We got robbed. The ship rolled over.
Oh, I was gonna say because
We got hit by the Russians.
That sucks.
Wait.
Oh wait, you did talk about the Russian warships though
Mm-hmm.
entering Cuba on
Is
your way
this-
back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's say you got hit by the Russians and they didn't keep you? For what reason?
Mother Russia.
You haven't completed your mission, have you?
No, I have not.
You gotta drink more vodka, okay?
Dude, they offered so much of that, I couldn't take it all.
Hey, here's a question: did anybody see you propose?
Yes.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't
I
know,
was going to say, we were going to get to that in a minute here.
Well, too late.
I guess
I
that's,
almost ruined it.
I guess that
thought
seal's
almost-
broken.
I thought I almost ruined it because of a funny prank that you guys wanted to play on me.
Yeah, well-
so I'm ruining it now.
Well, there you go. We'll save that for this. But first, because,
yeah.
Brewer's back, so he gets some of the same treatment that you got last week.
Wait!
What?
Did anybody offer to buy you drinks then? If they saw
I will
you?
get to that too.
Oh!
He will get to that as well.
Okay.
Aaron, I am actually surprised you were on your feet after last night.
Yeah, my neck is pretty sore along with my shoulders.
Both
And-
you and Peter complained about your neck today.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's like, when you're talking about the whole thing, you keep your head down. And that's a good possibility of happening when my neck is in this condition because it's hard to keep
So,
up.
Aaron went and saw. Who'd you go see?
August.
Do not play their audio because that.
No, I'm not playing their audio.
Oh, okay.
I was about to pull up a picture. But then,
August Burns Red. Yeah, a
Yeah.
picture does not translate over audio, sir.
no, it doesn't. I was gonna post one. I'm gonna post one.
Okay, well, go ahead and post it while we do this because
Yeah.
So yeah, Aaron and Peter went and did that, and they had some fun. I agreed to go listen to it.
At least you stayed till the drum solo.
I will say this: I will never see them again.
One and done.
Yep. I outside of the instrumentation, I found no redeeming qualities. There was nothing I enjoyed about it.
Jake.
That being said,
he's just blind.
You guys enjoyed it. That's fine. I'm glad you did.
Heck yeah.
So I'm glad someone got some enjoyment out of it, because honestly, I was like, why am I here this? Oh, I would rather save my hearing for something else.
And that is why I brought earplugs, and I used them, and they worked wonderful.
Yeah, they work, but I want to be able to enjoy music without the dullness of those. But anyways, regardless of the fact, Mr. Brewer.
Yes.
It's your turn for this.
You like being on that side of the table, now, don't you?
Josh.
Yeah. Good timing.
Well, of course, we knew when it was coming. We've heard it enough. So, Josh, since you are now our cruise expert of the group, because you've gone on one cruise?
You've never been on one?
No.
Oh, yeah. I've gone on one, and this was my first one.
So that makes you now our cruise correspondent.
Oh, boy.
You must now know all the cruise-related terminology.
Oh, boy.
Don't you?
Sure.
Some of this, I'm sure you do. Like, if I was to say, Josh, what do they mean when they say the aft?
The aft?
Yeah.
That is the back part of the ship.
Right. So you would know that, or all-inclusive. You would know what that is, too. But what if I said cruise lines typically, when you book with them, they have an anti-rebating policy. What does that mean?
Well, I did just sign up for another one, so
okay.
I don't know what that means. Anti-rebating policy probably means if you rebate is usually a credit that you can use. So probably if you use that credit and something happens, you will not get reimbursed for that credit.
That would be logical, but that's not it.
Okay, what is it?
Anti-rebating is a policy maintained by nearly all cruise lines that maintains a floor on pricing and prevents travel providers from engaging in price wars and client poaching.
Huh.
The policy requires travel agents to charge the gross amount for a cruise fare when payment is made by the client's credit card. So they artificially maintain an artificial floor on all cruises amongst themselves. I don't know how that is not regulated, honestly.
I don't know either. But then again, if it has anything to do with the fact that you are out at sea and international waters don't really have
that's
rules, I don't know if
that's international waters. That's not where their stuff is headquartered and it comes out of port.
I don't know. I don't know how that one works.
Okay. What about bespoke? B-E-S-P-O-K-E.
Bespoke.
Bespoke. Yeah, B-E-S-P-O-K-E.
Nope.
An individual or custom-made product or service.
A bespoke?
Bespoke travel is a type of traveling in which a trip is designed specifically for a client with a focus on unique, highly local experiences.
Bespoke.
Yep.
Interesting.
What about calving?
Calving?
C-A-L-V-I-N-G.
I don't know that one either.
You're our travel correspondent for cruises. You should know all these.
But I'm not a sales representative.
But you're our cruise representative. Calving is the breakup or splintering of a glacier or iceberg so as to produce a detached piece of ice.
I didn't go on the Atlantic route here, Paul. I went down to the Caribbeans.
You should still know all these things. What if a rogue iceberg floats into the Caribbeans?
Yes.
Yeah, that's never happening.
Titanic all over again.
I know that's never happening. So,
although they are making a cruise ship that is a replica of the Titanic.
Yep, you can. I'm not going on that one. You can go if you want, but I'm going to avoid. What about a cruise to nowhere? What is that?
I feel like I'm going to be stupid if I don't get this right. A cruise to no destination.
You're correct.
Thank you. All right.
It's literally a cruise where they go out to sea for like 3 days. Just so you can have the cruise experience.
And those are probably the best on the bigger boats because they allow you to take advantage of the activities more.
Yeah. So that's what it is. there was one more that I had for you, and I got to scroll down to it here. What is the Lido deck?
Lido deck. And I actually didn't end up going on that tour. So if I did go on that tour, I probably would have known what that is.
Well, we can't ask him how many cameras are on those ship then, because
there are plenty of cameras, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Too many to count.
So what do you have any idea?
The Lido deck. Is that the forward part of the ship? Pretty much right at the bow of it? Where the anchor drops and stuff?
The Lido deck is the open pool deck, typically the top deck.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So, yeah, so those are just some weird cruise-related terms. It's like, Josh is now our cruise correspondent. He should now know these things. Unfortunately, you have gotten a 0. Oh, no, you got 1. Sorry.
I got 1.
You got 1. You got
one more than Aaron normally does.
Yes, but I actually give him difficult things that he has no experience with.
Hey, but I've never heard one of these words on my cruise, though.
Okay, did you eat on your cruise?
Did I what?
Did you eat?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Then what's a petite fours?
Petite fours?
Uh-huh.
Come on, Paul. I don't know. I just sat down at a table and I ate the food.
It's a small-sized confectionery or savory appetizer.
Or you just call them appetizers.
That's easier to keep.
Right? Although, I was impressed. Now, I'll get into it more later, but we had the dinner plan, and there's no difference between the dinner plan and eating a buffet. It's just you eat at the dinner hall.
Okay.
But the waiter came out and...
Went to the buffet for you?
No.
Oh.
But he would come out and he would say everything on the menu, and I'm just like, wow. He knows this stuff by heart. And then by the end of the cruise, I learned that he literally has a rotation continuously. So as soon as we got off the ship, a few hours later, the next cruise was boarding, and he was repeating everything he just said each day the following week.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
I thought that everything was changed up. I didn't think it was a regular thing.
Do you think they change out waitresses every day?
No, they actually, the crew members.
I'm talking about like in a regular restaurant, not.
Oh no! I'm talking like the food choices. I didn't think it was like that consistent of food choices, but
yeah, well, it cost goes down when you buy in bulk.
Yeah. I didn't think it was, like I said, first cruise, but.
Okay, well, your next cruise. Wait, you said you already booked your next cruise?
Well, right now we're signed up to go with the Mrs. Family, but we're gonna end up booking it at a different time. We're gonna try to do midsummer
next year, or
it'd be considered the
honeymoon.
Honeymoon, yes.
Yeah,
you're not gonna go anywhere.
No, we're gonna go somewhere.
A cruise
I
goes
guess you
places.
go somewhere, but
right now we're looking at the kids,
and that's Mr. Johnson is how our nephews and nieces get born on the cruise. Because of that.
Don't do it so early.
No. That's too early.
Like I said, 9 months, 2 weeks.
But no, the idea is to hit some of the Caribbean islands and to hit Royal Caribbean's island.
Wow.
You know what company has made it big when they have their own island?
Disney has their own island too.
Yeah. Does August Burns Red have their own island?
No.
Okay. But
what band has their own island?
Well, maybe
I'm pretty sure there's a band out there that owns an island.
I say maybe you should convince them to be the first band to do that.
I'll help them out with it.
August Burns Red Resort and Spa
in Aaron's.
For all the screamo lovers.
Can we get them all there, and then I can nuke the island? Problem solved.
Nuke?
All right.
Yeah.
Why don't you just drill underneath it and it just gets swallowed up by the sea? Then you don't have to worry about the aftermath of the nuke and the radiation and poisoning the water.
I don't care. That's down there.
That's
not by me.
And it washes up on our shore. Then we're in trouble.
So clearly Paul cares about nobody.
No, he cares about
You're getting it. You're getting it.
No, yeah. He just sold himself out on that.
Oh, I've sold myself out on that a long time ago. What are you talking about?
I'm about to.
But anyways, in case the listeners haven't figured it out yet, Mr. Brewer got engaged while he was on his wonderful trip there, or as I now call him, the future Mr. Westplate.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm not happy now. Mm-hmm.
Paul. What would we do without you?
A lot.
Hey.
I say, do you want me to pull up my math that I showed you, Aaron?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's fine.
No, we're not going to do that right now. So you're on a cruise.
Mm-hmm.
How was it? Now you said this was your first. So what was probably the best part about the cruise, excluding getting engaged? What was the worst part of the cruise? You can include getting engaged.
Well,
that's a joke, but if you do, that's your own head.
I think the thing I like the most now, this, for those you don't know, we sailed with Royal Caribbean, and we were on a ship called Majesty of the Seas. It's kind of like their mid-sized ship. So it's an 880-foot long vessel, and it's 12? It's 11 decks, 10 decks sleeping. Otherwise, it was 14 tall if you consider where the very top portion where you could sit and tan. It had a casino. It had a theater. It had a multi-purpose room. Multi-purpose room at night was used for karaoke, dance parties, the adults area. It had teen hangout, rock climbing wall, main pole.
Go on.
So there's a decent amount to do. I would not, depending on what you're looking for on a cruise, I wouldn't necessarily, advise somebody going on a smaller ship, because there's less to do then.
Uh-huh.
But overall, it was a good experience. I think the thing I liked the most about it was the convenience factor and how you were pretty much catered the whole time you were there.
Well, that's what you're paying for.
Oh, yes. It was also cool that I thought is they give you this little card, and this card was your dining card to tell you where to go, what your table number was. It was your muster station card, so it told you where you had to be in case the ship was going down and you had to report to a lifeboat.
Okay.
It was also your room key, as well. It was your on-ship credit card.
Well, that's dangerous.
Well, no, because what it does is everything gets charged to the card, and your credit card is attached to it, but then only gets billed at the end. So if there's any discrepancies, you can take care of it well before it gets charged to your card.
Oh, I'm not talking about it's dangerous as like if you lose it or something. I'm saying that's dangerous like, oh, this isn't my credit card. Wee, slide this in.
Yes, that is
Don't
very
get
dangerous.
ahead of me on that one.
I already did.
I know. This is you all day. You're getting ahead of me on stuff. What the heck?
Pretty much all the casino games, except for the coin ones, you could slip your card into and press the button away.
Yeah, and
there was no limit.
And my question: how many times did you and the missus go to the casino?
Well, considering that there's not a whole lot to do in the ship, then it's also the first time, so it's kind of overwhelming.
Okay,
like if I knew more about it, I could have planned ahead of what shows I wanted to see, what movies I wanted to watch, and stuff like that. We went there a few times.
Aaron?
What?
I think we're going to have an intervention for these two.
Yeah, we went there a few times. I spent a total of $20.
You're good.
Yeah.
Amy spent a total of...
Do you want to give that publicly?
I think it was...
Probably wasn't much.
It was like 40.
Oh, okay.
But she did make money on the boat.
That's good.
Without spending her own money.
Hey.
You could take that the wrong way.
What'd she spend your money?
No. So there's this thing. You're on a boat. What does the boat do? It rocks side to side.
Oh,
what's
that's right.
The weird thing to have on a cruise ship? A coin machine. How do coins fall? Movement. So she would just sit there at the coin machine, the ones that you would drop, and there's like this shelf that pushes out.
Yeah.
And every night they would reset it, so they would put $10, $20 bills in there and a bunch of coins. She just sit there, tink, 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 run around to the other side, grab those coins, tink, 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 run over there, grab those coins, tink.
So my goodness.
She made money just sitting there at the casino. And then we turn around and we would use that money and we would put it back in the coin machine to see if we could get any more.
So
that is awesome.
When they book their next cruise and finalize tickets, they'll be like, I'm sorry, you are not allowed to be on our cruise. We caught you stealing from us.
Technically, it's not stealing. It isn't stealing because it has exited the machine.
Is it money that you earned by playing their game?
Yes, because we put money into it. It just took a while for it to come out.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
fair.
use.
Yeah,
that is fair.
That's fair game.
Okay, fine.
That's fair game.
I will.
What was it?
I will remember this one now.
There was a lady who was playing, and she walked away and left. Well, you hear a tink tink. Amy walks over and grabs it. Then she overhears the lady talking to her boyfriend or something. And goes, "This girl just took my money." It's like, well, you left your seat, and in the casino, if you leave your seat and there is money that is there, or you win money after that person has left the seat, you have left what you had claimed as your stake. So she walked away. Some coins fell from the rocking of the ship. That's anybody's. Because you would enter a casino, and you'll see it, is people will walk by the coin machines. If they see a coin, they'll reach down and grab it. Because nobody's sitting there. Nobody's claiming it. There's no cup left there. There's no anybody's personal items claiming the seat. So once you leave your seat, it's the next person's fair game.
Hey, man. Got to make money somehow.
But Amy got her casino bug out of her.
Did she?
Yes, she did.
How?
She didn't walk away with anything. It's different when it's not your money.
Oh, no, for sure. Well, when we go to a casino again and she wins money, I hope that bug goes back.
That bug's probably going to come back. But when you really look at the numbers of the casino, you spend so much more than you will ever win in your lifetime.
Oh, yeah. That's
unless you're that one lucky person that wins exactly what he has spent back.
Well, why do you think casinos are so big and fancy and,
yeah,
they're able to give all this money back to the tribes that own them?
Because they make crap ton of money.
Why do you think lotteries in states that are used to fund education and that? Oh, I don't know. Because way more money goes in than comes out ever.
Oh, yeah. But then you got taxes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so.
All right. So that was the karaoke, or the casino. Doesn't look like you went tanning too much.
Well, my arms are actually a little darker than they are now. So is my face. But let's just say that sun down there in the Gulf of Mexico, that thing hits you hard. I mean, it hits you.
Yeah.
My coworkers told me that I needed to put SPF 100 on an hour before I even decided to go into the sunlight.
You do realize that basically anything over SPF 35 does nothing right.
I didn't put on 100. I think I put on 30.
Okay.
But
basically anything over 35.
It's just a gimmick.
Yeah, it does nothing else.
I don't know too much about sunscreen. All I know is my shoulders got a little red, and now they're peeling. But
nice.
But
hey, Johnson.
What?
Who are you messaging?
Someone from this church that they sent me an email.
Oh.
And it's been a few days. I didn't know.
I'm that boring, I guess. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right. So,
okay. My next question is, are there any embarrassing photos of you doing karaoke?
No.
Dang it!
Sorry. Definitely not. We didn't actually go to the dance area or anything. We were kind of tired at night.
Surprise, surprise.
We did catch a comedian on the ship. No, a magician, but he made his acts funny. So
wait.
A comedic magician.
Yeah.
I say
who actually showed you his tricks.
Oh, that's a bad magician.
But he still managed to trick us while he showed us his tricks. Don't.
I'm not even going to comment.
That
one's too easy. That was just like a softball. I was like, I can't take advantage of that. That's like kicking a dog while it's down and it's paralyzed and has all four legs broken.
Which Paul would enjoy to do anyway.
Oh, yes.
No, it's a dog, not Josh. Dogs I don't enjoy.
Humans he enjoys.
Yeah.
But
making me out to sound like a monster, Aaron.
Well,
this is
wow.
Prior to this ship, the biggest vessel I was on was a fishing vessel. when we were out in California. So prior to this, I had never been on something at sea. I've been on, warships and stuff, museum ships, but I've never been on something this big and feeling something this big get moved around by the ocean.
Okay.
And I did not have seasickness. I was impressed with myself.
Well, good job.
Amy, on the other hand.
Do you normally have that?
I don't have motion sickness.
Oh.
Okay.
But some people are different. Some people don't like the rocking of a
let's
boat,
say-
but they can sit in the back of the car.
Yeah.
That's my brother-in-law, because he can't, being on a boat, he can only last so long. But I don't know.
I kind of enjoyed it. Like, I'm the guy.
Oh, yeah.
What was it? Believe it or not, on our flight there, we had a lot of turbulence to the point where we were dropping real fast at a good amount.
Okay.
And at one point, I went to put my hands up, right? And that's when we dropped. So my hands shot up in the air like I was on a roller coaster. And Amy got pissed at me. She was like, "You shouldn't be having fun right now." I'm like, "What?" We're going all over the place.
I knew I liked Amy.
I'm that guy that enjoys rough landings on airplanes. I enjoy watching other people, it's just like they do this all the time.
You'll be okay.
Yeah. All right. So we've heard about some things you liked. What was something you weren't particularly fond of on this cruise?
Notice a long pause.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm guessing nothing. It's a lot better than being here in Racine. So
Well,
yes,
that's not a hard bar.
it was weird to tell you that I was finally stateside. The thing I did not like about the cruise, is tell us just something, guys.
cruises are fun, or what?
A legitimate answer is I can't think of anything I didn't like.
Well, I'm trying to think if there was something I didn't like.
Well, obviously, if you're trying
I
this
don't
hard,
think there was something I didn't like.
Okay, well that's
there
good.
you go. There's your answer.
Yeah.
I don't like how quick it went. That's what I don't like.
There you
Well,
go.
okay. So, on what day did you propose?
All right, so we boarded on Tuesday,
Okay,
and then Wednesday was the formal dinner night.
it was on the first night, huh?
First day at sea, yes.
Oh, okay.
And because I told myself I was going to do it on the, there's just some things in life you tell yourself you're going to do, and you just push yourself through it.
Like
nope.
Like New Year's Eve.
Wait.
You guys told me no.
Yeah.
So originally my idea was I was going to do it in the dining room, and I didn't know exactly what her mom was thinking when she said formal. She just said she wanted me to grab a coral shirt, and I knew that there was going to be a formal night. I didn't realize that she was going to have us wear our coral shirts on the formal night. So my idea I was going to be dressed up, she was going to be dressed up, we're going to be having dinner, I was going to get down at the dinner table, and I was going to propose. But our table was mostly a booth. So all of us kids sat on the booth side, and her parents sat in the chairs. It's just easier for them.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, I can't get down on one knee here. And I'm glad I didn't do it in the dinner room, because Jake, our waiter, would have ran and gotten me a mic. So I am glad I did not do that.
Did someone else have that experience?
I didn't see anybody else get proposed on the ship, but doesn't mean someone else didn't get proposed on a beach or something.
Okay, I'm just wondering then, why would you say he'd go and get you a mic then?
Because Mark had said something to him about they're newly engaged. Anyways, that's later on in the trip. So I was saying to myself, well, they're doing pictures. They have professional photographers.
Okay.
They have professional photographers when you get off the ship, when you're on the ship. And I was like, all right, we'll act like we're taking a picture. I was going to have Lisa whisper to the photographer. And then when we go to take the shot, I was going to get down on one knee. Well, formal night came, right? And we're in the centrum, which is the main part of the ship. That's where all the staircases, the elevators, this grandiose stuff is. And I see that the whole ship is in the centrum. I'm like, this is a lot of people.
Yeah.
You.
Never mind. So we're at dinner, and I'm thinking to myself, well, I told myself I'm going to do it tonight. What am I going to, how am I going to do it? And The sun was on the starboard side of the ship that night, so the right-hand side of the ship. And we were still, as at that point, we had gone around the west side of Cuba, and we were heading down towards, I forget the name of the area, but Cozumel. That the thumb of Mexico is what I call it. We were heading towards that area. And I was like, oh, I should do it with, the sun behind us. So I looked over at her mom. I gave her a wink, and I said, why don't we take the family pictures outside? And she looks at me and she goes, that's a good idea, Josh. And so I'm sitting there. I'm kind of getting antsy because I want to make sure that we got outside in time for the sunset. Meanwhile, Amy's thinking, what's his rush? She had no idea that it was coming. Mm-hmm. So we get outside, and we're about to take the pictures, and you hear Lisa go, oh, wait. And she's panicking on her phone. I'm like, what's she doing? She's like, it won't let me take pictures. She was going to take a video, so we wouldn't let her record the video because she had too much stuff on her phone. She's sitting there taking care of it, and meanwhile, Mark's got his phone up, and he's got the record ready, and we're sitting there. Amy's taking, selfie shots with me, and right when we pose, in the video, you see me kind of reaching down in my pocket, trying to get the actual box out, and Amy's just all smiling, not even realizing that I'm like, barely like posing. And then what's interesting is, for those of you who haven't met Amy, she's a very movie person. So her body language says it all in the video. So I'm fidgeting for it. I grab it. I get down. She realizes I'm no longer next to her cheek. And she looks, and her feet go from dancing to completely still. And then you see her right foot come back and then tilt up. So she was completely surprised, is what I was getting at with the whole movement thing. She just froze when she saw the ring.
Okay.
And you actually saw me choke up in the video too.
I gotta see this video.
It's like, will you marry me? I don't know why. I don't know why I got so nervous right there.
I guess that's a big question.
Well, let me put it this way. At least you got choked up now instead of when the pastor goes,
I do.
Say I do. And he goes, do.
I don't?
No, I expect her to say that just to mess with him.
Oh gosh. Well, I was saying she didn't. How did she react then?
She just looked down, looked at me, and she was like, yes. like she's got a big smile on her face.
Yeah.
And she said I got teary-eyed. I don't remember getting teary-eyed. I thought I was fine. I thought I just got tripped over my word, or
my word.
But the words that came out of her mouth the rest of the night is, I can't believe you.
I can't believe you.
And in the video, you see her look at me. She hugs me. She pulls her head back. I can't believe you. She comes in, hugs me again, pulls back.
The same again.
And after that we went back inside and stuff, and we went to a bar/lounge, and she's just kind of sitting there. She's like, I can't believe you.
So that's now her phrase.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she was like, my coworker totally called this. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, he was like, dude's totally going to propose to you on the cruise. And I was like, no, he wouldn't do that. She was thinking I was going to propose towards the end of the year. So she wasn't, expecting it this soon.
I'm so glad you did.
Why are you so glad he did?
Because I am.
We pulled a mean prank on Aaron.
Okay, we'll get to that in a moment here, because Josh said something earlier to one of Aaron's questions that we have to circle back to.
Uh-oh.
Remember when you asked if anyone bought him a drink?
Yeah.
And Josh said he'd get to that later. So to that portion.
What ended up happening is her mom ended up going to the customer service, customer relations, and said, hey, my daughter just got engaged. What do you guys got to help make it special? And he said, well, we got this anniversary thing package. We got this package and this package. And she's kind of you know, Lisa, when she's like, what? Then she's got that eyebrow look. She's like, that's a little bit more than I was thinking. And he goes, you know what? Don't worry about it. I got you. Oh! So later in the evening, we get to the room, and this is one thing that kind of made it. It's just a simple, courteous things that, you know, I've had a good experience overall, but this was just a simple, courteous thing that the cruise line did for us. Yeah. And to me, it seems like almost any employee has the ability to give a benefit to a customer on the boat, which I think is a really neat thing. It doesn't seem like they have to really work through, or it has to be a manager that has to gift something to you. Because Aaron mentioned to the lifeguard that it was his birthday, and he ended up getting a $50 spa treatment. Yeah. Ew. Don't know if the well, he was too young, so Lisa ended up getting it transferred over to her, so she enjoyed some hot stones. But so we get back to the room, and sitting there, and what they'll do at night is they'll take towels and they'll make animals out of them. A bunny, an elephant, so they'll wrap the towels and stuff. Okay. And well, they put her glasses on it, and then her sunglasses on it, and then there on the floor was a bottle of champagne, 2 glasses, and then a plate of chocolate-covered strawberries.
Ooh, yum.
So, yum. I thought it was a neat little thing that the cruise did for us without any cost.
That is cool.
But, yeah.
All right.
Look, well, I mean, I know it wouldn't have happened because you're a smart boy. What? But I was just imagining a bunch of dudes being, all right, way to go. And then there'd be shot after shot after shot after shot.
No. So what?
That'll be if I ever have that chance. That'll be me.
We did it out on the deck, and this was the muster deck that we did it on. So there's a railing surrounding the deck, and there's a few people out there. They said congratulations. Okay. And when we got done, I remember looking up. And Amy looked up too, and I had just seen this lady pull something down from the window. And then I see her come back, and I see her giving a big smile and a thumbs up. So she got a little picture souvenir. And then what was also funny is that same day we did a brunch special. Okay. And the brunch special was $25 extra, and we got a tour of the kitchen. So they showed us, you know, where the meat's done, where the cold cut stuff is done, so like vegetables and cheese, and they showed us the bakery and and then they sat us down for brunch, and it was unlimited champagne and unlimited mimosas, and all the food on the ship is complimentary. So even though we paid $25, I could have ordered everything on the menu at that brunch sitting, and it would have been no extra charge.
Nice.
So. That's the nice thing, Johnson. And the dangerous thing,
dude,
you will become even more nutritionally blessed.
You become a monster.
I love how you put it, nutritionally blessed.
That's what they said. Towards the end of the thing, one of the servers was, you know, talking about the chefs. And top chef, I guess, was a skinny chef. And they, you know what they say, never trust a skinny chef.
A chef?
What's a chef?
Chef. I said chef.
You said chef. You said twice.
Chef.
I was like, what's a chef?
And then the assistant chef was nutritionally blessed.
Nice.
So that's where I got that phrase. And I'm like, I'm using that now.
Okay.
But the, gosh dang it, guys.
What?
Did you forget where he was? He forgot where he was already.
You dumb made me lose it. We were talking about the brunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the chefs.
Yeah, where was I going with the brunch? What was before the brunch?
There's mimosas and...
But before that?
I mean, it was all you can eat.
Before that?
For $25?
Before that?
What was before the brunch?
Before that was the whole proposal thing where the woman took the
picture.
The picture.
Oh, okay, yes. So there was that. Oh. There was this other 3 ladies. I think 2 of them knew each other. They were sitting at our table during the brunch. And the one lady just loved talking to Amy. She loved Amy. And she ended up meeting Mark later in the day in the elevator. And, you know, she was kind of praising Mark for Amy. It was like, oh, she's a wonderful girl. Her and her boyfriend are so cute together.
Fiancé.
And Mark goes, well, not yet.
This is before the proposal.
Mm-hmm. And Mark goes, shh, you know, he's going to be proposing to her. I think it's going to be today. But shh, don't say nothing. So she's like, oh. At the end of the cruise.
I'm flipping that, by the way.
At the end of the cruise, she walks over by us. And she's like, hi, guys. And she's kind of looking around. And Mark had already told us about her after the proposal.
Yeah.
And Amy's like, oh. And she shows her. And she's like, oh. And then, she takes a picture of us. And Amy added her on Facebook.
Nice.
So...
Friends made on
She's coming to the wedding.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be awesome.
I think she lives in North Carolina, so probably not.
What? You're not going to invite?
Invite her. She might still come.
Yeah, what if she makes the trip?
Yeah.
That's a trip for somebody you don't know.
Well,
but she loves
like
Amy.
Oh, yeah.
Send it.
All right.
If someone loves Amy, there's a good chance they'll come.
Send it.
Thanks, Paul.
I love you, Josh.
I didn't say anything about you, Josh.
Exactly.
I'll be there.
That was your point.
You didn't say anyone loved you on this trip except for Amy. And Amy's already here.
That's true.
So
Amy loved you.
So do you need anyone else? Do you need anyone else but Amy to love you?
Yes.
No.
Not me.
Okay.
You don't need anybody. Well, too bad, because somebody does. I'm not talking about me.
Who?
What?
Your parents.
The big man upstairs. Well, and them.
Well, why is Pastor Dave upstairs?
No, what?
Okay, so I have another question then.
Uh-huh.
You said that your waiter would have gotten you a mic.
Yes.
How do you know this?
So that Thursday, this is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, this Thursday night, Jake comes up and he's, leaning by Mark, and Mark goes, hey, is there anything special you could do? They just got engaged. He's like, oh, man, I should have done it in here. I could have grabbed him a mic. So that's where that came from.
Okay.
No, thank you.
But then they brought out a cake for us. And it was funny as they walked up, and it was Jake, Eduardo. Eduardo was our table boy, so he was doing waters, drinks, cleaning up the dishes, setting the forks, knives, and spoons, cleaning it off.
Of course, they would have the Mexican setting the table and cleaning it up.
Or was he not Mexican?
You'd be surprised. There's
I'm
joking. No, hang on. I'll get to this in a second. And then the head waiter came over, and they're like, we don't have a song for this, but here you go.
Nice.
If I get a picture, I have a picture of him somewhere. I'll show you guys later. But the one thing that I thought was really neat, and it was interesting, is the sea life is not for everyone. And here, let me put it into picture. I'm not talking about just going on a boat. I'm talking about working on a boat. Because when you work on a boat, it's not your traditional, 8 to 4, 8 to 5 job with no lunch.
right.
It's 8 to 8. It's 8 to midnight. It's 12 plus hour shifts every single day.
Yeah.
And the only time you get a break is, when you literally have nothing to do. Otherwise, a lot of the crew members have multiple jobs, or they're supposed to report to multiple stations. So how these guys do it, at least the dining room guys, and gals, is they're on a 7-month-long contract. So they're at sea. They're on board the vessel for 7 months, and then they'll have, at least Royal Caribbean does this, they have 2 months off. But usually during those 2 months, prior to their departure from the boat, they already know what vessel they're going to next and how long their vacation is. So, for example, Jake right now is back with his family because he was going on one more cruise after us. And he was going to have a 3-month vacation before he was going to be reporting back to the Majesty of the Seas.
Okay.
And a lot of these families will take the money and send it back home because, technically food's paid for, living's paid for.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that, it's not your normal job. But with that being said, to fill the spots, there was, Wednesday night, they also had parade, and what it was a parade of flags of all the different nationalities that were on board. I think there was like 32 countries were on board the vessel that worked. It's a crew of 912 people, roughly. So they were from 32 different countries. And how you said Mexican.
Yeah.
I did not see many white crew members. Now, I'm not trying to get into race or anything.
Surprise.
Not trying to get into race or anything, but there was a lot of people from Mexico, the Caribbean islands. I believe that includes
Caribbean or Caribbean islands?
Caribbean, Jamaica, Puerto Rico.
To be fair, that makes sense based on where they're going and where they're at and everything. That makes perfect sense.
There was a handful from France and Netherlands and way up there, but a lot of people were people from the warmer areas, from like Africa, Philippines. There was a lot of people from there, so a lot of accents on the boat.
That's cool.
And it's funny because when they would make smart comments, it's just funnier when somebody has an accent. After the proposal, we went to the schooner bar, is what they call it. And we were trying to, I forget where we were going, but we were at the aft portion of the ship. And we were going on that elevator. And for some reason, Lisa thought it could go down. And I was telling her, no, it can only go up. Anyways, Amy bumps into me, and I have an old fashioned in my hand, and it spills. I'm like, oh. And there was a worker in the elevator, and he goes, oh, no, don't spill the alcohol, because that's called alcohol abuse.
Yes, it is.
The way he said it, I just started cracking up.
Question, how many old fashions did you have before you started cracking up?
One. That was my first one.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I don't know if Johnson's rubbed off on you or not.
No. He hasn't. I bought 2 drinks. I was on board the whole time.
Nice.
I had the first night there, I bought a glass of white wine. Can't remember what one it was.
Wait, what about the margarita you had? But that wasn't on the boat.
I didn't have a margarita. That was at Newark. That was after.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the bottle of champagne? What happened to that?
Yeah, y'all didn't drink that?
Well, I did. She actually had she had a little portion of it.
Yeah,
I see.
She can't drink.
Remember, he said what he bought.
Yeah, what he bought was
Wait,
I definitely made use of those free mimosas. You kidding me? I lost track of how many they poured. And it was funny because when they were advertising the brunch, they're like, free mimosas and champagne, and Lisa was like, sign me up. And
nice.
Whenever they would talk about drinking on the ship, they would go, there's a reason why you're on a ship, because then you don't have to drive home.
Oh my goodness. So is Amy just not a fan of champagne, or?
She's not a real big fan of alcohol in general. She doesn't like the taste of it.
Okay. Just a fan of casinos. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Everyone has their own vice.
I wonder how many people, if they do, hurl on the side of the boat from getting
How many
One guy threw up in the pool.
How many times did you hurl off the side of the boat?
None.
Good job.
Okay, I have another question. For the railing, like, what is it? Is it just like a rail, or is it like plexiglass? Like, could you slide through any bars to get off the boat? Or would you have to
You could hop over.
You'd have to hop over.
Yes. Okay. And they do have cameras on the side of the ship.
Aaron's asking how easy it would be to jump off a railing or slide through a railing.
You could jump off. Now, they did not have cameras everywhere, but they had cameras 2 on each side pointing down
the hallway
where the lifeboats would go.
Yeah, probably to keep anyone from tampering with them.
That and watching them as an emergency is,
yes.
proceeding.
There's an emergency proceeding. I am going to sit on my station and watch the lifeboats.
Pretty much.
I don't think they're going down with the ship, sir.
The pool deck. So the main level of the pool deck, which is deck 11.
Okay.
There was it was almost like 2 railings tall. So when you went up to deck 12, which is the one that bordered the perimeter of it, I'm gonna pull up a picture so it's easier to explain to you guys. That's a bad picture. There's everybody everywhere.
Remember, you got to explain so people who are listening to audio can understand what's happening as well. Because just explaining it so we understand it while looking at a picture does nothing.
So, picture a railing. Okay, picture it twice as tall.
I am picturing a railing. How tall is the original railing?
About up to my stomach. So it's good
3 feet.
4 feet.
Okay.
Probably 3.5.
So we're talking 7 to 8 feet tall. Okay.
Yep. And on the pool deck level, that whole area was glassed off.
Okay.
Okay. Deck 12, it was just a top railing, and you couldn't slip through it. But you, if you wanted to, could jump over it. And there was no glass on that one. It was just rods, so you could feel the wind and stuff like that.
Did you reenact the
Titanic?
Yeah, the Titanic.
You could not on this ship. I don't think any cruise liners of today you can, based on how they're built.
No, you could do it just on the rails. Just like,
oh, I see what you're saying. That portion of the ship had a crane. It had
a crane,
an actual crane to
That's
lift
cool.
stuff. It had the ropes for when it gets to port to tie it down. It had the anchor chain, so it wasn't necessarily a safe place to go, even if they had it open. But no, it was really interesting being on a boat of that size, because it's like, this is a boat.
Yeah.
This is a boat.
But it's massive.
Yes, and that's not even big.
Oh, compared to
the big ones. But
The
Aaron,
big ones.
What?
it's a boat.
It is a boat.
It's a boat. And it's like,
As opposed
you're
to
on
a
it.
door.
I've got
You're
a
on it,
song in my
and
head.
everything's smaller. You're on it, and everything's smaller. So
Yeah.
the bathrooms are tighter. The rooms are smaller. I mean, they can be tight. Like, us 4 kids were in a room together, and if we were all down on the main floor, it felt kind of tight. The hallways, excuse me, if you put luggage on both sides, there's just enough room for you to walk down the middle one way if the luggages were on both sides. So in a sense, 2 guys shoulder to shoulder would be walking up and down the hallway.
Okay.
So it's small, but like I said, when it's smooth, you forget you're on a boat. It's solid, it's sturdy, it's a massive, it's just cool.
It's a
All right.
boat.
What's nice is at night, it gets choppy and windy. So if you want to feel how strong the wind is, you go to the front of the boat at night. I mean, it's throwing your hair all the way to the back of your head, standing up like a mad scientist. It gets strong at night.
Wait. It wasn't throwing your hair back.
said,
No,
I
Amy.
was gonna say that wouldn't work with your hair, sir. You keep it very short.
Yeah.
Aaron,
I'm
maybe.
surprised you haven't gotten a haircut yet.
Actually, me too.
I need one.
I'm surprised his face.
Yeah,
he
I
saw
know.
his facial hair like that.
But overall, if you're thinking about going on the cruise, definitely sign up for dinner. It costs no more to go on a dinner than it is to the buffet. It's just an experience. And the entrees are unlimited, so you could order the whole menu and they would serve it to you.
Johnson.
The drink package for you when you go on a cruise, you got to buy it ahead of time. Otherwise, they jack up the price when you're on the boat.
Yeah.
And Elisa paid $120.
Yeah.
That's not bad. For you, that's not bad. I could pull it off too.
Yeah.
But that's having a drink or two every single meal. That's having a drink at night too.
Oh yeah, that's
Aaron.
And I don't drink that much, so I wasn't gonna pay for it. If I knew about it ahead of time, yeah, I would have paid for it.
Aaron would be through it by breakfast
Yes.
Yeah.
of boarding
You
day.
you would be the guy that they would have to put a limit on.
Be like, yeah, no, you have to stop now. Actually,
Yeah.
we're
Right.
out of this.
Yep.
Why are you lying?
So, was there anything else special besides getting engaged that happened on this cruise? Anyone fall over? Anyone have a medical emergency? Did you get to be the hero for anything?
No.
Just a normal hoe drum day.
What?
Hotram Day.
I've never.
Oh my goodness!
I will say, out of the 2 ports we hit, Cozumel is a very well-known port. Saw a few other massive ships there, carnival ships. When we got to Costa Maya, I got off the boat and I looked at Amy and I said, "This looks like we're about to go to Jurassic Park," because the whole theme of that new port was a tropical little village. So the shops, it was literally its own little spot. And the port is landlocked by privately owned land around of it that's undeveloped. And there was only one road there. And that road went to town. And so all around it was jungle, palm trees and stuff like that. So when you're walking up to it, you see a bunch of bigger buildings in the port, and they're all straw, roofed, kind of like you would in the original Jurassic Park. And then you see these black birds that are flying above at a distance. So it just kind of gives you this feel of like, whoa, Jurassic Park. Like it was cool. Park. It was cool. But something that I thought was funny is, when you see Mission Impossible movies or third world countries, there's mopeds and little like motorcycles everywhere.
Yeah.
That was Cozumel. Everywhere. I mean, everywhere. It was kind of funny.
Well,
everywhere.
When he said that the road goes to town, I immediately thought of a certain song. Which song do you think I'm thinking of, Mr. Johnson?
Old Town Road.
Yep.
I got my horses in the back.
Stop.
Something else that I thought was interesting.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff is connected to Royal Caribbean or the ports that we went to.
Well, that makes sense.
So the excursions you could use your card for. You could book for them on your app on the boat, or you could book for them on land.
Right.
If you ever go, be prepared to be bombarded.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Mexicans love to show you their stuff. I mean, love to show you. Hey, come here. Come check out my shop. So we would walk upstairs. Literally, these guys were standing at the base of this staircase. They walked us up to the stairs. We looked in his shop, and we're like,
he gets it.
The accent?
No.
Oh, wait, what do you mean? What?
Okay, maybe I'm laughing at something completely different.
Oh, I was just okay. Keep going, John.
Anyways, so we get up to this guy's shop. We're looking around. We're like, all right, because we don't want to buy anything.
Right.
But, just doing the courteous thing is, they call you out. You say no. If you don't say no, you might as well just say yes.
Yeah.
Because this is how these people make their living.
Yep.
So we're walking around, and this is in Cozumel.
What'd you buy?
Nothing.
Oh.
But we're walking around, and Cozumel, Costa Maya, a lot of them have the same. They pretty much have the same thing.
Oh, makes sense.
Same shops.
It's the same children making the same things.
Jeez, Paul. I forget what they're called, but it's when the shop is like this little shack in the middle of an area. So it's not like in an actual piece of the building, but it's like this. It's kind of like an island shop. So there's like 2 or 3 entrances into it.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's rented out or if it's owned by the guy or what, but you had buildings surrounding. Anyways, so this guy takes us up to the thing, and he's like, "Hey, look at this! Look at this! Any jewelry for the missus?" And I was like, we just got her the ring." And he said, "Well, don't you want earrings to go with that ring?"
Oh my god!
And Amy's like, "No, I don't really wear
made
earrings.
out of sugar crystals."
I don't really wear earrings. It's okay. He's like, "Oh, then a pendant. What about the mother? Can't forget about the mother." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, these guys just know how to talk to you."
You cannot forget about the mother. Mexican culture, that is very important. The mother is very important. You forget about the mother, that you might as well kill your own parents.
Oh, jeez. Anyways, rough. I said, no, we're good. And he goes, "Why don't you go check out my other shop?" Other shop. Yeah. Hey, go down there. Here's my brother. Here comes my brother. Here, take him to your shop. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a whole family up here. So we go to his shop. It's twice the size, selling the exact same thing. The guy's looking at me. He's like, you like crosses, man. And I got the cross, and he's like, here, let me show you some crosses. Or he showed me some crosses. I'm like, oh, those are cool. Those are cool. And next thing I looked down, I looked at Amy. I'm like, are you serious? And she just laughed.
What?
So we were over by the
made in China.
No. So bongs. There was a bunch of bongs. Please tell me you're going to edit that out.
Nope. Keep it.
Please tell me. Yeah, he's going to edit it out.
Keep it.
I keep everything.
Well, yeah.
Well, no.
It's what you release.
Yeah, what I release. Eventually, I'm hoping to have an unfiltered feed.
Oh, no.
Yeah, yeet.
So he was trying to sell me crosses and stuff. And I said, I'm good. And whenever you walk around Costa Maya, Cozumel, wherever you are, they're just always telling you, you want a massage? You want a massage? Yeah, why don't you? You'll walk past 5 or 6 people that work for the same massage booth or whatever.
Yep.
Asking you. You walk back. They'll ask you again. You walk back the other way. And they start, recognizing you and going, no, he's not. And then you disappear for a little bit. Then you walk back. You want a massage?
They go, oh, here comes a gringo. They want a massage.
But like I said, pretty much all these places sell the same thing. Mm-hmm. And it's not a matter of who's selling it. It's a matter of who's going to give it to you for the least amount of money. So we went from one spot and one guy was like $12. Yeah. We went to another spot, $10. We went to another spot. I make a deal.
My gosh.
2 for $20. Oh. Well, that guy said, no. 2 for $20. But he's selling $10 a piece. Will you do 10? No, I cannot do 10. No 10. 2 for $20.
How about 2 for $20 but only buy one?
Well, we technically did get scammed while we were down there too.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got scammed.
Yeah. The guy was like, we couldn't remember the peso conversion down there. And at the time, that day, the peso conversion was, for every 1 peso, it was 5 American cents. Yeah. That day it was 0.052 to be exact, but it was 5 American cents for that day. Well, we paid $20 for 2 stone turtles, and it should have been.
I like turtles.
I don't like pulses.
I'm trying to do math in my head.
And he said, okay. You pay, because when you do card, they have to charge it to you in pesos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they'll accept American dollars. So he was like, he showed us on the calculator. He said 20 times 25. He says $20 times 25 pesos. It's gonna be 500 pesos. He says 2, and Amy was like 2 for 20. He was like, yes, 2 for 20. Should have been 20 pesos. We didn't know that, so we were thinking that we were paying 2 for 20. We were paying $25, and so we were paying. When it came out, it was like $26.50 is what got charged to Amy. So she was like, I'm going to go down and I want to talk to him, because when we got back on the boat, we figured, that we had been overcharged. Because I think he was originally asking 12 a piece, and then he said 2 for, 20.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was like, honey, I walked up and down that pier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I walked up and down that pier 6 times. I was beyond exhausted. I didn't want to keep walking. And
are they big?
Well, when you got a boat that big.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
And this is in Costa Maya that we got technically scammed in.
Yeah.
Just because the pier, I think, was longer for Costa Maya, just because it was a rockier area, so the boat had to be out further. But if anything, that's the one thing I didn't like is you have to know everything when you're going into town.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got to know the currency if you're going to talk to these guys. Not saying they're all going to rip you off. I don't think they would. Maybe he got confused. Maybe he didn't know the currency.
Or he just wanted to make money.
Or wanted to make more money. We don't know.
So you said in total it came out to be like $26?
Yeah.
That's 499 pesos.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's the actual bill said 500 pesos. So it should have only been 400 pesos. But we're here. They're down there. Yep. So, but no, just the experience being on the water, being out in the ocean, kind of being completely away from things, looking out and literally seeing blue and the horizon all around you. You realize how big the world is.
But it's a small world.
We actually saw Cuba on the way down. We saw Havana.
And then they waved to it and just walked by.
Dude,
but now on our way back, I didn't find this till after. Yeah. But we were probably in the sights of the Russian warship because there was a Russian warship that docked at Havana, Cuba, as we were passing by, and it was real cloudy, so you couldn't see anything else on the water. But that was interesting. I was like, Russia and Cuba are getting along again. This isn't good.
I want to go to Cuba.
Well, good luck on that one.
That's not.
Yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. And our boat actually had more people on it than it was supposed to because there was a cruise line that was just going to Cuba and back.
Oh.
And since their cruise pretty much completely got canceled, they offered them the opportunity, I think, with a slight upcharge, but a discount to go and hop on our ship. So all the rooms were completely booked.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's funny. You're not going to be able to go to Cuba for a while, but I don't know if you read the news or not. Trump today took 20 steps into North Korea, being the first sitting president to ever walk in North Korea.
Wow.
Wow.
So I don't know if you knew that as well, Mr. Brewer.
I didn't.
Yep. So that happened. I think they're doing like the G20 summit or whatever over there. And that was part of the whole ordeal. One of his advisors apparently got into a fight with the North Koreans, and she ended up with bruises as well. So I don't know what the scuffle was about, but
I got bruises too.
But so you were saying Cuba and Russia, and just maybe think of that politics.
That's Costa Maya.
Oh yeah, that's
okay.
Probably a good size.
So Josh is showing us a picture of a pier in water with it looks like some ruins in the background.
Yeah, that's actually their water park that they built.
That's a water park? I would have thought that was like an Aztec temple or something.
No, that's they don't have any of those that you can do here in Costa Maya. That you have those in Cozumel. I don't know how they.
How would you like that built close to your house, Mr. Johnson? It's the one that's there currently. Have a little.
No,
you can see the slides coming down. I think there's 3 massive slides that go down.
Yeah. See, but unzoom, that definitely looks like it should be some ruins.
But no,
that would be cool.
So it was a neat experience. I'm
cool.
definitely planning on going on a bigger ship.
Wow.
Like I said, this is 880 feet. I think the ship we're looking at going on is over 1,100 feet, so 300 feet longer.
Go on a good one for your honeymoon. Do that.
Oh, yes.
And do it just you and the future missus.
Well, we're going to open up to anybody else that wants to join us. Because it's always fun. Okay, guys, don't give me that look.
No,
that is room time.
No, I was just saying so I can go.
Yeah. So.
¿Y cuánto cuesta?
Huh?
¿Cuánto cuesta?
For us to right now, the one that we are booked on just to reap the benefits of signing up while you're on a current cruise.
Yeah.
It was going to be $1,600 for both of us. Guarantee room, and how there's different plans and how it works, but a guarantee room means we will be getting a we signed up for a balcony or a stateroom at the time.
Okay.
So we signed up for a balcony at the time on the boat. So $1,600, $200 down. We were going to be getting some sort of balcony. Period. Either it's going to be a small balcony.
Okay.
Or it's going to be a nice, spacious balcony. At that time, we were going to get it. This is a November cruise on the, Explorer of the Seas, which is a slightly bigger ship than this. But what we're planning on doing now is we're going to try to go to the summer because I'm going to be going back to school. And that way it's easier. And we're going on one of their 4 biggest ships. And that price is we're changing it to a stateroom. That's what we're looking at. And it's going to drop it about $400. For 2 people, you're looking $1,200.
Because I know Nico and his girlfriend want to go on a cruise too next year. This is going to be
We're looking at Harmony of the Seas, and that boat is big. They have a water slide that goes from the top deck down to the main deck of the ship. Amphitheater, 2 big pools up top.
So Johnson can yell the whole way down?
Yeah. And the middle of the ship is open. It's got the main floor is kind of like gardens and shops and different foods. But yeah. So
interesting.
I'm looking forward to it. So cruises aren't that bad in price. They really aren't. Especially when you figure you plan a year out and you set a little money aside each month. They're not a bad way to do a vacation. They really aren't. Very convenient, and it's a 7-night cruise that we're looking at too.
Okay, well,
7 nights, $1,500 together. That's not bad.
Oh, too bad I didn't know about this better.
Why?
Because right now it's only for the next 2.5 hours. Save up to $150 off instantly, plus 50% off the second person.
They probably will have that bonus going around too.
So,
because how we had it is it would save up to $600, and the second person is 50% off.
Yep.
So I think we're saving about $55 from that deal. But
so, anyways, Mr. Johnson,
any more questions?
Want to go share a room, have some fun?
I don't know.
Now, let me show you a picture of one of the rooms, so you can see how small.
I want to see a room. Does it have a walk-in shower?
Oh my goodness! Me and Andy were talking about that today, actually.
Yes.
About your obsession with walk-in showers. And I'll leave it at that.
They're so wonderful.
He's like, I thought girls would only care about that.
Well, never mind.
This is the picture of the room. Okay, this is the picture of the stateroom, the inner stateroom that we were in. So inner means there are no portholes or windows, and this is on level 2. I'm not sure if they get bigger as the higher you go up. They have suites, which are really expensive. You can easily pay $5,000 for 2 people on a boat like this, easily.
Yeah, no thanks.
Anyways, so this is a bunk room. So as you see above the beds, there's actually full down bunks. When they come down, they make the room feel smaller. To the left of us, there is a closet, and then there is a kind of like a little dresser. So if you want to do your makeup or work on your computer, you have a little spot for that. Ship was built in 92, so it's not electrical friendly. Guess how many outlets are in this room?
1.
Yep. Guess how many were in Mark and Lisa's room?
0.
2. So their room was meant for 2 people, like a couple. It's got a queen size bed, and it had a porthole. Now, here's the fun part. The bathroom.
Yeah, what's so fun about it? Looks small.
It's makes you feel like you're on an airplane.
Okay.
And the toilet flushes like you're on an airplane too. So when you flush it, everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
And then
just don't give me cheese and we'll be fine.
There's Aaron's walk-in shower. It's not glamorous.
No,
it's a walk-in shower.
It's like tile surrounded by a curtain.
And then here's me standing in between the 2 beds facing the door. Now again, the only time you're in your room is when you're sleeping.
Or in Aaron's case, when he's singing in his walk-in shower.
Now, I will say, between Mark and Lisa's room, and I think it has to do with them being on the side of the boat, just above the waterline, our room was cooler than theirs all the time. So, and we had cold all the way down. But yeah, no, I enjoyed the trip. I would do it again.
Well, obviously, since you're planning on it already.
I mean, after that.
For thy honeymoon.
You got to have honeymoon round 2.
Yeah,
it's called the baby moon.
Ooh.
No,
but that's only at
night. You know what a baby moon is, right? It's a trip that couples go on together right before the baby's born. It's their last trip as just parents. And then, like a month later, here comes the baby.
Gosh, I would not want to do that.
Go on a baby moon?
No.
Why?
I wouldn't imagine a pregnant lady wanting to do much on a trip when she's pregnant.
It's not like you have to go do something fancy. You could just go sit at a park and. Oh, look! It's a picture of a ship.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Again, that doesn't translate too well into audio, sir.
No, I know.
That's why I have to be like, oh, look, it's a picture of.
What was interesting is when we were in Cozumel, there was dancers. Okay.
Yeah.
And
okay,
they were body painted. This is a bad shot of them.
Let's say that looks like a dark shadow.
They were body painted, and it almost looked like they were going commando the whole time because all they really had was a piece of fabric down front and back. But there was a few times where that leg lifted really high, and you knew you were safe. They had it was like a man thong on.
They probably do that only in the touristy areas. If they're doing that at home, probably not wearing that.
Right. What was funny is Adam said to Mark while we were on the trip, and this is something I really like too. Adam looks over at Mark and goes, "My youth group leader is going to be my brother-in-law."
Yep. It's not like you're going to be his youth group leader forever. I mean,
no.
He eventually he's going to graduate and grow older, but
maybe.
Well, okay, wait. Aaron, I guess, never has grown up.
Uh,
I kid. You have, sir. You are a lot better than you were many years ago. I give you credit for that. Anything else of particular noteworthy on the cruise before I move on to the next portion?
What's the next
portion?
What did I do to you last week? That's what I'm going to do to him.
Okay.
I don't know.
The one more thing I want to
You don't
say
remember.
is the one benefit of the dinner was nice, okay? The dinner felt like you were paying for $20, $30 plates.
Okay.
So you felt really, and it wasn't just like rice and then fish, but it was like rice. Like they had a scooper that dropped the rice perfectly in the middle. They drizzled the thing across. They put the fish on top. They put some basil leaves or whatever on top.
You trying to kill Johnson?
Yes. So they made it very presentable, and I'll show you pictures of that later. But you can try food. And that's the one thing I liked about it is you didn't have to worry about paying for a $30 plate and not liking it. Is you could try something and say, I don't like it. Can I get something else?
Okay.
So I tried mussels. I tried scallop. I tried raw beef. I tried snapper. I tried swordfish.
Ooh.
I like swordfish.
Swordfish is good.
Really good texture. What else did I try? I had caviar. Never again. I'm good. if I had to eat it, like the last thing on the planet to eat, I mean, I would eat it. But it's not my go-to. It's weird. Yeah. It's like eating a bunch of little Finding Nemos that haven't hatched yet. They were orange. So
bunch of Finding Nemos that haven't hatched yet. Yeah, you're not wrong.
I
that
had
is
some
true.
Fish that was imported from Spain. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
I had calamari.
Okay.
The fish was probably the thing that I was really trying. I had what was it? I had some good food, some dessert, cheesecake, and
cheesecake is
tres
always good.
leche and tres leche. Or
I
whatever.
say that's tres leche.
Stop
whitewashing your Spanish.
Creme brulee.
I set you right up, and you didn't take advantage of it.
Oops.
I said whitewash. I set you up for it on purpose, and you boom. I'm never setting you up again.
Okay.
So here's an example of how so I can torture you how they prepare the food.
Okay. It's potatoes with some green stuff with looks like a fish.
Mm-hmm. That was their kind of like their fish of the day was kind of pretty simple. It had something to go with the fish.
My question is, how long has that fish of the day been frozen? And it's not a knock against them. It's just you're on a boat. You're not going to be getting fresh fish of the day. Yeah, I'm going to pass on all things caviar. Thank you very much.
Mussels and scallop was actually not that bad. I was actually quite impressed with how much I actually was okay with eating it.
I'm going to start calling this guy Gordon Ramsay.
Calamari, on the other hand, I was a little queasy eating. I wasn't a fan of it.
Okay.
But I would eat it. I mean, it was fried calamari, and it had like a mustard-like sauce to go with it. So it made it really I mean, it was good, but I wouldn't necessarily go after it again. So it was kind of like biting into a slightly chewy onion ring. Best way to put it.
Okay.
Never going to think of onion rings the same.
Yeah, and that's why I don't like calamari myself. Because now I have heard from people who like calamari that typically if it's chewy like that, it's not prepared right. So, because I had some...
Well, not like chewy, but it had a slight...
No, because I had some over in Spain, and it was just... not a fan of it. So, would you like to give any other food reviews, Gordon?
This is me having noodles and steak.
Okay.
That's what I liked. You could just have 2 or 3 entrees, and it was normal. Breakfast was always enjoyable because it was a buffet. They actually had, what do they call it? Muesli is what they called it. And it was oatmeal soaked in milk with grapes and bananas and real thin slices of an apple. Okay. I loved it. Oh, I cannot get enough of that stuff. Muesli is what it was called.
Muesli's. All right.
And then here is a picture of our waiter and the table boy. So you guys know, the waiter right now has how do I describe this without not being weird?
Let me see.
So the Tupperwares that they put on top of the plates. Okay, he has 2 pieces of Tupperware on top of the plates.
I see.
And he put the 2 napkins, tied them together, and then knotted the napkins on the outside. So
he's giving Josh a cabaret show.
Yeah, he's. This is an alternative to coconuts.
Yes, you could have said that, and that would have been better.
Yeah, that came to me at the very end, though.
Okay,
but no, yeah, I miss it. The blue water was beautiful, absolutely beautiful, so clear. It was actually clear to the point where it was scary. Let me explain. When we were in Cozumel, we went to a water park, okay? And the water park it was Royal Caribbean, so they had a buffet there that you could just eat, and the drinks were free, I believe, too.
Of course.
And the water park was a picture of the kids' area play, and it was kind of like a close-up shot, so it made it kind of big and grandiose. Not that it was bad or anything, but for the adults that really wanted to kind of have fun, they have one of those aqua water parks, those inflatable ones where you climb up, got the slides, got the volleyball court out there. You had to swim out to it, and they made you wear a life vest. Even though the water was probably 5 to 10 feet deep there, you saw the bottom, so it didn't look that deep. But see, when you're swimming out there, and you're used to not seeing the bottom, and there's various things swimming around in the water, as well as things floating like vegetation.
Okay.
When you're swimming and you can see the ground at certain angles while you're swimming, it looks like there might be large white objects circling you. That's usually the rocks underneath you. Mm-hmm. But it freaks you out because you're not used to seeing stuff like, for us, we got Lake Michigan, which is not clear at all. So when you start seeing things clear, you think things are like chasing you or things are swimming underneath you. It makes you a little uneasy.
So how many times did you think you were being followed or were attacked?
When I first was going out there, probably 3 or 5.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you right now, you do not want to drink that water.
No, you do not.
My gosh.
They always tell you, do not drink the local water.
No, not the local water. I'm talking about the ocean.
Well, of course you don't drink the ocean water.
Just it getting on your lips, how salty it was.
Ocean man.
Just how salty it was being on your lips. It's like, no wonder.
Yeah.
People.
Didn't you go swimming in Florida?
Yeah, but I think it was saltier down there.
Could be.
I think it was because I remember down in Florida.
I think it's just his head.
No, like down in Florida, you could feel it on your skin, but down there, once you dried off, it felt like it was kicked to your skin. But no, I mean, it was. Amy was done in the water because it was so salty. She couldn't get the taste off of her lips and stuff.
Okay.
It was strong. I mean, it was strong, but it was fun. It was fun indeed. All right. What's your next part?
All right. So this is something I did with Mr. Johnson last week.
Oh, now I remember.
Now you remember.
Yeah.
Because obviously it takes, I don't know, an act of Congress to make him remember things.
That sounds about right.
So just quick update from last week. I forgot what number we were at last week. Do you remember, Johnson?
What number?
For downloads.
I mean, it was over 2,000.
Yeah, we're at 2,199 right now, sitting currently. So, which is good. We've only had, and our downloading service rolled over to July. So it's like 5 hours ahead of us.
Oh, nice.
Anyways, so we're at 2,199 downloads. I was reading a statistic this week. Then the last 6 months of all the new podcasts that started, in the past 6 months of all the podcasts that have started and currently running, so all the ones that were existing prior to the last 6 months, and then all the ones that started in the past 6 months, only 18% are still producing.
So we're doing good.
Yeah. Hitting this number is really good, actually. So feel proud of that. Now, that being said, these are the questions I asked Johnson last week.
Aaron, do I need to prepare for anything?
Nah. No, it's all off the top of your head.
All right. Fire away.
I don't have to ask why you agreed because we covered that a long time ago. Okay. But question 1, have you been enjoying this process? Aaron's shaking his head no after he said yes last week.
I've been enjoying the process to a point. The only downside to it is I wish I could take time out of work and do this. Like,
me too.
Oh, no, like I don't mind sitting down and talking and stuff like that. I don't mind doing anything like that. But if I could instead of working a full 40-hour week, if I could cut it down to 36 and then have 40 hours during the week during work time to do this, I would really like that, because I kind of miss in a sense, we have to kind of schedule our weekends around this.
Yeah.
So kind of having the idea of that Sunday or that Saturday where you just kick back and don't have to worry about anything.
Gone.
It's gone, because if there was something you're planning on doing on Sunday, you push it to Saturday so you make room for the podcast on Sunday, or vice versa. Yeah. So that is the one downside, and it is if it was getting paid, you'd have a slightly different more mindset on it, because then it's more, because it does take time.
Yeah.
Time's worth money.
Yeah. And the amount of time you guys put in is
nothing compared to what you put in.
Yeah. So go ahead and complain about that.
Paul's sitting on here in his high horse.
No, because I could have taken a contract instead, but anyways, regardless.
But have I enjoyed it? Yeah. Do I wish the time frame was in a different spot? Yeah.
Everyone does, but it's something that happens. If you want to do something, you're gonna have to set aside time for it and schedule it in somewhere. It's unfortunately one of those things in life where if you want to do something, you can't just boom, it appears and magically happens.
Yeah.
All right. So I heard your negative already.
Mm-hmm.
What's the positive that's come out of it since you jumped ahead?
We have seen it bring forth some issues at points between the three of us. So it has allowed us to kind of talk and communicate about them. And you also learn a thing or two more. But it's also a good time for us to sit down, and it opens up, conversations for anything going forward. If there's something that we want to say that's new, it's a regular meeting time that allows us to express things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, if something is on Aaron's mind, you may have not said it because we don't. It's just not us three. He may not say it on Wednesday nights because everybody else is around, but since we get together on every Sunday, it's more likely a chance for him to say something, or me or you, to open up about something. So I'd say that's the positive.
All right, and then the last question here: what are you kind of looking forward to in the future to see from this? Anything that you'd like to see change and all that fun jazz?
I'd love to get paid doing this. I'd love to get paid going places, experiencing things, coming back and talking about them. I, in a sense, wouldn't mind having a job to where, all three of us were like a YouTube channel and we had to go places and do things. But
don't even get me started on Google and YouTube this week. They made me switch to iPhone because of how crap Google went.
YouTube?
YouTube is owned by Google. And the crap that Google's doing this past week, that made me switch to iPhone.
Oh yeah.
So don't even get me started on that one, because
Paul's now a white girl.
Hey, Heather came up to me and said how proud she was of me that I ditched my Android. But anyways, go on.
Yeah. I would like to see money coming out of it for all the time, but it's one of those. It's a hobby that could mold that direction. But
a couple things have to happen there first. One, we need more people to listen. That's one. Two, we would have to set up a Patreon, which then means we have to do the LLC to handle how the cash flows. And I would want to see that cover all the hosting expenses first, because that's about $45 a month for hosting in the audio editing software. So that'll take a while.
Yeah. Or we just passed when they're doing what do you call it? tithing. We put our bucket in the mix as it goes around.
Yeah. Stealing from the church.
Not really, because they're putting it in our bucket.
Unless it's labeled.
He's learning from Amy, apparently, on how to redivert funds.
Gotta get that casino money.
Yeah. No, we are not doing that. And I'm gonna, if you try that, we will have another conversation about that. No, we're not gonna do that.
Pastor Dave said I could.
Yeah, if he clears it,
as long as I split it with him.
Wow.
And then he was gonna split his half with the church.
This is gonna paint a real bad.
Pastor Dave, you know where Josh lives. If you don't contact me, I have his address, and yeah.
So anyway, this has been User Words Podcast. Nice talking to you guys.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Anything else, Mr. Brewer, there?
I should have read my notes because I actually wrote down a lot of my notes.
I'm glad you wrote down a lot of your notes, as opposed to what would you do with your notes?
I was going to read them. I was going to read off of them.
Well, too late now.
Yeah. Although we did meet a family from Kenosha.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, small world. The guy, I was in the elevator and I had
saying it was a big world. It's a small world.
Yeah.
I was in the elevator. So on our way there, the shuttle we took from the hotel. They looked like, you went to Case? Because I had my Case Wrestling, building champion shirt on. So you don't really know if it's high school, college. It's just kind of a sportswear shirt.
Right.
And they look behind me and they go, you went to Case? I'm like, yeah. Case High School? Yeah. By the end of the trip, we realized that they were talking about a case in Indiana. We were a few states away. Like, oh, okay, never mind. But when we were on the elevator, a guy turned around to me and he went, J.I. Case? I'm like, oh, yeah.
You from home.
you from real close to home. His son went to Kenosha, and I think that was his sister that was with him. But she knows some person that was like Miss Racine or something. Like she was friends with her. Anyways, yeah, that was interesting. They also had a belly flop competition.
Did you win?
No, but I was thinking about Aaron.
Oh,
Aaron would do so well.
There was Policia came to the port that we were at, to the water park that we were at.
Okay,
and we saw a cop walk across our bus. Then we see this Chevy pickup, and it had a bunch of orange cones in the back. So they must be kind of like the road crew too. So they're going around picking up orange cones. But one guy was hanging on the back. So they were driving up and down these roads, at 40, 50 miles an hour, and the guy's just chilling on the back, hanging on the back. He comes, they get out, they start cleaning up some wrapping, and here comes the other police officer. And he's got his Starbucks, and so he hops on the back and he hits the top, and they take off. And I'm like, man, these cops seem like they're enjoying it right now. Driving around on the back of a truck, picking up Starbucks. Now, granted, there are parts of Mexico where it's really hard to be a police officer, so I'm not saying that going against that or anything like that. But
no,
they seem to be enjoying their day thoroughly. Which is good. I thought it was funny. The bus that we were on, the guy used his phone as a speedometer.
Well,
it was an old Mercedes.
If you don't
bus. have
a working speedometer, sometimes you got to do that. So
I don't have a working speedometer in the truck.
Yeah,
I just go with the flow of traffic or guess.
Right. And it was it's weird to think in here things rust. I didn't see rust down there.
Yeah,
their buses came from somewhere that there was rust, but they weren't rusting.
Yeah, there's no
salt that gets put on the roads.
Exactly. No salt, so they don't have to worry about that. But, all right. Anything else, Mr. Johnson?
No.
No?
I don't know.
I didn't know. That's why I'm asking you.
I mean, the only thing I have to contribute to this is how I almost ruined the proposal. Well, I thought I did.
Oh, yeah. We never got to that. Go ahead and say that because... Go and say, how did you almost ruin this proposal?
Well, Josh said that he was going to propose. on the cruise.
Okay.
It's like, all right. So then when his now fiance texted me, oh, well, we're back. We're back on port. You know, we're off the ship. Da, 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 da. And I was like, well, how was it? She's like, it was good. I got a little surprise. And I was like, oh, yeah? I was like, what was that? She's like, oh, you can tell me, or whatever. And I sent her a ring emoji with a question mark by it.
Right.
I didn't even think about it because I figured she's probably thinking I'm trying to play dumb. Which was like, yeah, I kind of am. But, so yeah, I was like, well, now she just wants me to tell her. So I did that. And then she responded with, wait, what? And I was like, oh no. Oh no. And I told my coworker this, and he chewed me out about it. He's like, I'm upset for your friend. And he's just, oh man. Yeah, he didn't leave anything.
Didn't he say, like, dude, if you just ruined it, you're probably not going to the wedding?
Well, no, he's like, if you were my friend and you did that, he's like, I wouldn't invite you to the wedding. I was just like, jeez. I was like, okay. But so then I tried to play. I was like, I don't know. What did he surprise you with? And then she's like, no, what was the ring for? And I was and then I texted Josh. I was like, so did you do it? and then eventually he's like, did we give you a little panic attack? And then sent the group chat a picture of Amy with the ring on. I was like, oh my gosh. Thank you for actually proposing.
Yeah, no problem. I was just saying, knowing Amy, if you sent her a ring with a question mark and she was like, I got a little surprise, and like, oh, you know what, and then ring with a question mark, that totally would have given it away to her that, wait, he was going to propose. She probably would have looked at me and gone, wait.
What is this?
Are you serious?
So, no, yeah, that's okay. All I got to contribute to this.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. You all done, Johnson?
Yep.
You got nothing else?
Nope.
You don't want to?
Nope.
Okay. Don't be a putz.
Too late.
That true. I got nothing else on that front. Just glad Johnson. Wow. Glad Brewer is back.
Ooh. He needs to be checked into a hospital.
Glad Josh is back on that. And that she actually said yes and didn't.
Yay!
Me and Johnson were taking bets on like if she'd say no
or play it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured if anything, you'd get cold feet.
That is true too. He figured you'd get cold feet and not do it. So
I started having cold feet. Mom, like, no, I'm doing it tonight. I'm doing it.
And
even if I walk in and butcher it completely, I'm still doing it.
Well, you did it. You did it now. Just don't get cold feet at the wedding. That would be harder to.
Ooh, that'd be bad.
Well, she does have.
Where's Josh?
She has a replacement.
Oh gosh.
Aaron would be up there. He would be in a suit ready to go.
I'll catch you.
Aaron is the backup husband.
Oh my gosh. Stop.
Oh, you embarrassed.
That would have been an interesting thing then.
But
interesting honeymoon for you.
Anyways.
Oh, would be.
Yeah, that would be. So a couple things here. Again, we are on the Big Red World Podcast Network now. So check them out. And there's that. Next week, we're going to start a cross promotion within our podcast, and we'll talk about that some more next week because I want to give both of these guys some time to listen to it as well before we get there. And I talked to the guy. He's down in Texas. I talked to him for about a good hour and a half, and he's a pretty good guy. And I think you'll enjoy his content if you like ours. I will say he likes to use language a little bit more loosely than Aaron does, but I was just checking to see if you're listening still. I was just checking to see if you're still listening. That's all. But no, he uses language a little more loosely than all three of us. And of the three of us, I think maybe Aaron's probably the loosest.
At least on the podcast.
And you know how loose that language is. It's like, not really. It's not really bad at all.
No.
So it's not bad. So anyways, check us out on iTunes, which is now Apple Podcasts completely. I I hate saying this. Google Podcasts.
Oh my gosh.
Don't get me. No, I'm not getting started. YouTube, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, or as Johnson says, Spoofy. Leave us a review on iTunes. That does help. Share us with someone you think would enjoy it.
Or hate it.
Yeah. If you hate someone, then that way, we can bug them for you. Check out the other shows on bigredworld.org. What was that laugh for?
Well, you said send it to someone they would hate, but then what if they actually like it?
Then if they like it, then they can send to someone they hate or someone that they would think would like it. And we welcome another one into the family.
Another one bites the dust.
Hopefully not by listening, that they don't bite the dust.
Yeah.
Because if they bite the dust listening to us, then we'd have a murder record on our hands. And that would be a problem.
First podcast to cause death.
I'm sure you would enjoy that record,
Metal.
wouldn't you? Yeah, I was waiting for you to say metal.
He would enjoy the decaying flesh.
I would not enjoy it.
Well, we learned earlier your breath is like it.
Breathe. I am deaf.
Are you deaf?
Yeah. My throat feels like it, and my neck.
All right. Well, have a good week, everyone.
Bye.